everybody, how's it going? Today's February 16th, it's a Wednesday, and just kind of had something on my mind I wanted to share with you. I've been thinking about the subject of political correctness, and one specific area has to do with colleges all across America not being, or changing their name from the Indians. I know what happened to Southeast Missouri State University. They used to be the Southeast Missouri State University Indians, and they changed their name to the Southeast Missouri State University Red Hawks. It also happened to Arkansas State. They used to be the Indians, and now they're the Red Wolves. And I'm just kind of wondering when the animal rights activists are going to step up and say, hey, you can't call these colleges by the name of a red animal because it could paint the animals in an improper light. And, someone might go out there and shoot a wolf thinking they're, kind of red, and maybe people would associate the color red with anger, and, that wouldn't be right for the wolves. And same thing for hawks, they're kind of an endangered species maybe, and, you don't want people going out there shooting hawks because they might be kind of reddish, and, that would infuriate people, thinking they're red, and maybe they're going to attack. I guess these schools, they don't want to call them like, a nice color like pink or yellow. They could be the yellow wolves or something like that. Anyway, I guess my point is there's just a lot of hypocrisy around this subject in my mind, and I guess the answer to all of it would just be the issue of money. But let me kind of throw this out there. There are some other colleges, some mascots based on the nationalities of people, and you don't hear any of them complaining, and I don't understand why. And let me give you an example. Think about everyone that lives inside the United States of America whose parents or grandparents are from Ireland. There's a large population of people who have Irish descent inside our borders here in the United States. But you don't hear anybody complaining about Notre Dame's mascot. Not only do they call themselves Irish, which by current standards would be a big political faux pas, but they call them the Fighting Irish. Come on, everyone in America who's a red-blooded American who has a grandpa or a great-grandma or someone in their lineage from Ireland should be up in arms. They should be furious about this, because that's just wrong to say everyone from Ireland is a fighter. I'm sure there's some people from Ireland who are just nice folks and they don't want to fight at all. And I just don't understand why they're not frustrated over that mascot. And let me throw another one out here, and this one is even more appropriate. Think about Florida State University. The Seminoles. Now maybe if you mention a specific Indian tribe, that's okay. That's not wrong to do that. But in my mind, I just don't see why it would be offensive to have a mascot that was called an Indian. It just doesn't seem to add up. Now, I don't have any Indian blood in me, but I do have. I guess I'm a quarter English, a quarter Scottish, a quarter Italian, and a quarter Austrian. Looking at my mom and dad's grandparents, that's where all of them came from, different places in Europe. But so let's take an example here. The Lyon College Scots, in Batesville, Arkansas. They're an NAIA school, and their mascot's the Scot, and they play bagpipes, at halftime, and they've got this Scottish heritage thing that they do. And I'm a quarter Scottish. Now that could really upset me. That could offend me. But I just don't see how. I don't see why or how that would offend me, because they play bagpipes and they turn their mascot, their mascot's this Scottish warrior, kind of a William Wallace kind of thing, and that just completely does not offend me in any way whatsoever, to think that I should go out there and demand that Lyon College change their mascot to something it's like an animal name or something. I just don't get it. Now let me just throw this other component in here that to me is the ultimate in hypocrisy about this whole political correctness thing. It's the football team, the Washington Redskins. Now think about that for just a minute. Now to call a mascot an Indian is a rather generalized term. It doesn't necessarily have a negative connotation, at least in my mind. Maybe it does, but I just don't see it. But to call team a redskin. Now let me pick on my own background. Like I said earlier, I'm 25% Sicilian or Italian, and so to name a team a redskin would be like it's to me the term redskin, it has a derogatory connotation to it. It's like hey, you a spick, you know, it's like calling an Italian person a spick. You know, you just wouldn't do that. But today you can't have a college with an Indian mascot, but at the NFL level you can have a team called the Redskins. I mean, who would imagine that passes? How does that pass? I just don't get it. Now, I'm not opposed to the name Redskin personally. I don't really care what they call them. But it would seem to me that if you're going to say Southeast Missouri State University and Arkansas State University, they can't be the Indians. Well, how can they not be up in arms over the Washington Redskins? I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, I've met a lady from South Africa, and she grew up in South Africa, and she happens to be a white person. You know, her skin color is Caucasian, and she introduced herself to me when I first met her, and she said, "Hi, I'm an African American." And I looked at her kind of funny, and she started to kind of laugh, you know, and I kind of started to laugh, and I thought, well, you really are an African American. I mean, you really grew up in Africa. And now here you are in America, but it was kind of funny because the melanin in her skin was you know, the Caucasian variety. Anyway, I'm just kind of like, I think we're a little over the top with the political correctness, and I, you know, whatever you think is cool, but I think we should just let Indian mascots be Indian mascots. I don't see why everybody's so hypersensitive about that stuff, but anyway, maybe you have an opinion. Just go ahead and make a comment to this video. And I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.